viewpoints and beliefs presented on this program do not necessarily reflect those of the management, the affiliates and broadcast partners, or the sponsors. Listener discretion is advised.
Scarefest Radio, the radio you can see.
And hello, and good evening, everyone, and welcome to Scarefest Television, the show that celebrates Scarefest weekend, which starts like Tuesday, maybe Wednesday. Anyway, tonight we're doing our last council episode of the season before the big event. Of course, I'm joined tonight by Adrian and Brandon. Hello, welcome back, everybody. I better throw in here, Joe Lewis will be reviewing I Saw the TV Glow. And tonight, for your added pleasure, we're playing a game, Brandon. Cookie or dog treat? Cookie or dog treat?
Oh, okay, that's a new one. I mean, I've ate a dog treat before, but I was in college. Long story. I mean, what if they're treats? Technically, they're treats for both people.
I'll put it this way. I haven't eaten a dog treat although some of the bacon stuff smells really good. Now, for the record, I have been French kissed by the current puppy like 1,000 times. That is her thing.
Okay.
Get you while you're talking and go right for the tongue.
Yeah.
So everybody,
actually, now you bring it up. I'm going to adopt the Mel Gibson lethal weapon dog biscuit quit smoking technique. That's what I keep. That's always what I think about when I think about lethal weapon for some odd reason and dog treats.
So what we got to talk about tonight, everybody?
I don't know. You know, the group was woefully uninspiring tonight with things that they wanted to talk about. I feel like I've seen 8,000 questions go through the group in the last 48 hours. But then when I make a post asking what people want to talk about tonight, I got like 3 answers.
That's because only the loyal diehards actually watch the show. Very small percentage of the people that like to post on the group. Incidentally, here's something for you in the group. And if you're new to the show, I'm not being snarky on purpose. Yes, we know autographs used to cost $20. We know that. Gasoline used to cost 90 cents when I was in high school. That's what it is. I'm just so tore up about all the people talking about autographs. It's a commodity, people.
Oh, it goes through me too, man. I saw some comments that were bordering on snarky earlier myself, and I mean it. Yeah, full disrespect. Like, if you have a problem with the price of something, use your power as a consumer. Don't purchase that item. If someone's charging too much for an autograph and the person next to them, isn't, go buy an autograph from that person, and let your money speak for you there.
I was actually, I've had this conversation a few times, and like, it seems to be. I mean, I get it. I remember when I would go to a show and like, $20 or 30 or whatever. And there's still some people that kind of stick to the $40 rule. But
sure,
there's a few that I think kind of bring it to light, like when they're like, 80, 100.
Well, and another
prices raised.
Right, but there's something else that I want people to keep in mind, especially with when you get, folks that do a lot of cons, especially people that are actively working. A lot of these people, they have costs that come out of the sales that they make too. right? They may have an agent or a team that books them that they're paying percentages to. They may have printing costs or merchandise costs for the items that they're bringing in. A lot of them, this is their income. So, just keep that in mind. And yeah, so.
Yeah, one thing I've learned, like this whole thing is like its own little operating ecosystem.
Yes.
It's like its own Fed.
Yes. That's awesome. Hi, everybody that's joining. I see a bunch of people saying hello. That is awesome. But yeah, so as far as autograph prices go, they're always subject to change. They go up, they go down. I've seen definitely higher prices at other shows than our show. There's a lot of things that go into it. So, just keep that in mind. Like I said, somebody was saying that they really liked the photo ops that were posted today. Yes. Oh, Sean. Hi, Sean. A lot of awesome photo ops went up today. We've got, I don't know, maybe a couple more adjustments to make. There might be some people that get added to some of those ops. But we've got like 100 guests, and there's 2 people that have been going through and adding the photo ops and making sure that everybody's there. It's present and correct. The pricing is right. It gets posted for sale. Everyone's names are spelled right. 2 people, and there's like 400 photo ops. So be gentle with us. And if you see a mistake or you would like to request an addition to a photo op or a new photo op, you certainly can. I don't know if we will get around to it being, 3 hours away from the start of the convention, but we will try.
Oh my God. This is how horrible of a promoter I am. I don't know if they're up yet or not. I know I made a graphic for it, but this is going to sound stupid. Are the vroom vrooms up?
They are. And I really wanted her to keep this in there. But when Heather and I were going over photo ops last night, now, you all, let me take a second to brag on celeb photo ops. And this is one of the reasons why I will always fall on a sword if there is if there's a delay in getting a photo op up or one that is missed, because like I said, it's me and Heather, we're coordinating to get these ops up. And celeb photo ops, those folks are beasts, right? They're at shows, I swear, every weekend. When you talk to them, they're always on the move. They're doing something. They're always working. But last night, it was really late. It was after midnight, and Heather and I were working on the group photo ops that Brandon had sent over, and she listed it Phantasm with van. And I said, wait, it's not a van. It's not a van. I was like, but I want you to keep that up so that I can see the vein pop out of Brandon's forehead when he reads that caption.
Oh, yeah. I go Uber nerd on stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll tell you. Oh, sorry.
All of them but one.
Is
it's the one that you did the decal stuff with is not up.
Oh, okay. So let me just say right now, I want to thank Adrian. Getting the Barracuda down here was absolutely I wouldn't have not. Just this year would not have been complete without it. I would have felt empty inside and hollow at the end of the day. And I tell you what, I do want to hear people's ideas about, because I came up with a whole layout for this photo op, and I don't know what's going to be able to work and whatnot. We're still working that out. I want to sit in the passenger seat with Reggie in the driver's seat and Bill Thornberry and Baldwin in the back, and then Don Coscarelli with his hand or his arm on the roof. And Mark is bringing that quad barrel shotgun down. We've got to find a way to get that in there. And then also I want to give a big shout out to Nate Hewitt, Evil Nate. He's going to have a booth this year. And Nate, if you've ever taken he's a wrestler, him and Black Dahlia, and they'll both be there. And if you've ever taken an in-costume photo op at Scarefest with the Excalibur saw, then you have Nate to thank for that.
Yeah.
And this year, Nate went on he's got a collection of chainsaws already, but we've got every single Leatherface covered with their corresponding chainsaw. and or Sledgehammer, Brett, in case you're out there.
Yeah.
And so that's going to be one badass photo op. Like we've got two Part 2 saws. We've got Mark Burnham's saw. We've got RA's Excalibur saw, and all that. And so it's going to be awesome. And then each of the Myers guys, because I don't know if anybody knows this or not, but I'm absolutely enthralled with having Dick Warlock this year. I mean, they're all great, but Dick Warlock is the man. And so I've got all the released Halloween masks that we're going to have like as props in the photo op, because they're not going to be in costume, because like there's just too many photo ops, there's too many people.
Sure.
It just can't be done. But we're going to have their corresponding masks, and then we're still trying to figure out what to do with Jason's. But I'm really excited about the photo ops this year, and apparently from the looks of it, everybody else is too. I think they're badass. Heck
yeah. Yeah, there's going to be some cool ones for sure. We're going to have some props that are there for, some of the people to hold. There'll be some, of course, if you bring a prop in most of the time, that's totally cool, and then the prop set photo op that we got put out for David Naughton, and, really bummed that we couldn't get, oh my gosh, and his name just left me.
Griffin.
Yeah, Griffin.
Yeah, Joe did such a bang-up job on that. Like,
he did.
It's crazy.
It's awesome. Everybody's going to have to go see it. Even if you don't buy that photo op, you're going to have to go buy Blackgate Studios booth and see the wolf that he made. And there's really cool picture that he's got somewhere. I'll have to find it. And it's a little scale that he's got of the wolf, and he's holding it. It's in focus. And in the background, the large life-size wolf is being built. It's half done, and it's so cool. But that wolf is enormous. It's giant. It's 7.5 feet long, I think. So I'm really stoked to see that. And then if you were there a couple years ago, he's also bringing back his Crypt Keepers photo op set. So
Joe does amazing work. And yeah, we're actually getting ready to go through all of our prop sets that we're going to unload on the floor this year. That, by the way, as those are set up, they're free. So like anybody can take a picture in front of them. And so Adam, you guys are coming over tomorrow, and we're going through everything and refurbishing some stuff.
Heck yeah. And to clarify, all of the Scarefest prop sets are free. If there is somebody that has a booth set up and they are bringing a prop set with them, or an artist, sometimes there is a fee. So if there's a set or something in a booth, you want to make sure you ask first. But ours, take all the pictures you want on them. There was a question in the chat about Ken Page's table. So I do actually have an answer, and I'm going to be making a post in the group about this. I talked to his team today. We haven't set our floor plan yet, and instead of leaving open a booth, we're going to make a special table for him, and I'll release more information about that. But I did want to talk to them and make sure that it was okay with his team. And we're not going to make a big to-do out of it. It's just for anybody that wanted to come. We'll have a setup table there. You can drop off something small, preferably like I'll have a notebook that, if you wanted to write something or leave a memory or something in the notebook, because I will be sending that back. His handler is still coming with Chris Sarandon. And I'm going to be sending that back to their team, and then, for Ken's family. So that being said, big bulky items and stuff, they're going to have to get on a plane. So we're not going to be able to take anything big, but there will be a table set up for people to drop some love, leave some notes up for Ken Page at the show.
Okay, we need to take our first commercial break. We'll be right back with everybody. And we are watching the chat room for your questions.
Bonds is a 2024 Scarefest weekend sponsoring vendor. The Bonds makes bath and body products for everyone. Ashley Dobbs makes unique small batch hand-painted bath bombs, plus sugar scrubs, whip soaps, and body oils. Find the Bombs on Facebook and at the monthly Central Kentucky Mystical Market in Lexington. Scarefest weekend sponsoring vendors make the event happen. Be sure to tell them that you heard it here on Scarefest TV.
Tuesday's Crypt features deals with talents in the horror community, from mask makers, sculptors, artists, and more. Plus, podcast Live in the Crypt, shooting the shiz with DK and the Swag, and DK and the Bees, Horror Buzz. Visit their website, join their Facebook group, and thank them for being a Scarefest sponsoring vendor.
And welcome back, everybody, to Scarefest TV. Quick question that we kind of shot over before. The Tom Morga photo op, is he Jason or Roy?
Jason.
Okay, we're in the Jason costume. Okay. So that was a question. Okay, cool. Let's see. Do we even want to spend the time on the Matthew ticket line since we've already. Okay.
No, it's tagged in the top of the group. It's the first featured post.
Right.
But we will be really soon. We're going to do another passover of the layout tonight when Scarefest TV is over. Brandon is going to be locked into that chair with a catheter if he has to while we finish the floor plan and some other logistics things tonight. So once we go through all of that and we solidify our plans, I will be ready to tell you all where the Matthew table is. I'm 99% sure now, but just in case, we're going to run through everything one last time, make sure there's no glaring fault that can be detected, and then I'll let you all know.
Okay,
you act like I'm not sitting in my own urine already.
Okay, well, I'm going to have to...
So the answer to the Matthew Lillard question, as posted, two different people have asked, there is a video, what do they call it, pinned to the top of the Scarefest fan group, and it's a featured post, I believe. You can go watch that little video, and that was from when we spent in-depth discussion of it right here, but it takes so long we don't want to do that again.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing, we got nothing to add to it right now. Just go to the fan group and you can find it. Okay. I'd have it, and I don't even know if they announce this ahead of time. Do we know who the guest is going to be for the Talk Scary podcast?
No, they normally decide at the show.
Okay.
Yeah. Sydney asked if they can bring their own face masks to go into Clyde Barker's room, or do we need to take one that will be outside of the room? You don't have to. They'll just be the disposables, like the light blue, I think, probably disposable masks that we'll be providing. But you are welcome to bring one, especially, if it's something to do with Clive. That might be a cool, way to start a conversation.
I still have my Scarefest mask from
Oh yeah,
the Lost Jewel.
Yep, I've got mine too. So, but yeah, no, good question, Sydney. See you in a few weeks, Terrence. Kayla. Yeah, I noticed, I was telling Wes before we started tonight that I noticed in the chat today that quite a few people seem to be a little spicy today. Had some snarkiness going on in the chat. Not sure what's going on tonight, guys, but I think it's everywhere. It's not just us. So I do want to address a couple of things that I saw on Facebook today. Now, I'm not going to say specifically. If you all know what show, you're welcome to say. But I did see a post today that since there's so many of you that stay in here all year long, you'll know that we've got a certain way of doing things when it comes to reselling tickets. There are posts about it. We don't allow buying, selling, trading posts in the group because it is a magnet for fake accounts and bots, and we don't want people to get scammed. So we just don't do that. We do allow it in the chats. Chats are much more closely monitored. Everything is sequential. It can't get hidden in comment replies and things like that. But I saw a post today from another convention. Today is their opening day. They're gearing up to have a great weekend, and people are coming up and they're scanning their VIP tickets to come in, and their tickets are showing they've been scanned already. And this is multiple people, and it turns out all of these people bought this ticket from the same person. So they had someone in the group that was selling, a duplicated VIP pass. And now there are, at least a couple. They didn't release a number, but enough that, they're posting about it. So there are a lot of things that may seem like they are a little bit complicated or maybe a little bit frustrating in the group, but there are reasons why we have rules in place. A lot of times I was at the beginning of the year, it gets too crazy this close to the show, but verifying resale tickets and making sure people know buyer beware. And then with the VIPs, after we get to about October the 1st, don't buy a VIP ticket from anyone. All the VIP ticket sales before the 1st went through me. Anybody that's VIP from the 10th to the 1st to the show dates, if they can't make it, I will roll their tickets over for next year. That way we can't have anybody at the last minute saying, have this last minute VIP ticket for sale. So all of that is put in place so that, people don't get screwed over. So just keep that in mind, guys.
Okay. Yes, we will be selling Scarefest shirts at the event. The pre-order things are mostly just to make sure the right size is there.
Yeah.
We'll have shirts. Now, someone else asked if they have, and I know the answer, but I'm going to read the question. If I have a VIP pass, can I give my Sunday pass to someone Saturday night before I leave? I can't go on Sunday, and I hate for it to go to waste. Yeah. We don't check IDs.
Nope. And it's a lanyard. So now I will say this, anybody, I do want to talk about a couple of things, just, no one's asking this, but just so you all know, with the VIP tickets, Jesse, you are welcome to give someone your lanyard and let them come in for the day in your place. That's fine. Those people cannot use the Matthew Lillard spot, because all of those for the VIP people, are names. You have to give me your name. You have to show me your VIP badge. Those things have to match. And then another thing, I think most of you know this, but I have seen at least 3 people coming into the group that are new, and they're trying to buy line skips. You cannot use a line skip if you don't have a VIP lanyard. So please do not sell your line skips to people who are not VIP ticket holders, because they will not be able to use them. If you are not a VIP ticket holder, do not buy line skip, because unless you have a correlating VIP lanyard, you cannot use a VIP line skip. Sorry. Those are, we got to be a little strict about those too, because if it gets too watered down, the people that got their VIP tickets and they paid for the right to have those, kind of loses its luster. So keep that in mind. Oh yeah, no, you're totally fine. You're welcome to give that away, Jesse.
Okay.
But I do come on Sunday.
Real quick, I wanted to say, someone asked about what time the photo op schedule should be out in the next week.
Yeah.
But just asking what time a photo op session A starts is useless, because A will actually be running all throughout the day. Those are blocks of time per celebrity, is the way I've been explaining. So don't get hung up on session A. Just wait for the schedule.
Yeah, every single person starts with session A. And the only reason you would ever see a session B is if they sell so many photo ops that they have to move on to the next time block. But like Wes said, session A's happen all day long, and we don't know when anyone is scheduled until they release the full schedule.
And just remember the weekend of the show. Like if anybody has trouble, or you're running late, or what have you, photo ops will have a table down there. The guys working that are exceptional, and they are very helpful, and they will walk you through it. You just go up, tell them what your issue is, find a staff person, one of ours, and we'll take you there. But you go up to them and they will help you out.
Yeah. Yeah. If the schedule comes out and you have two conflicting times, go down there, line up, and when they scan in your first ticket, say, I've got this ticket, I need to be over there too, and they'll make sure you get to both.
Something I meant to mention on the special broadcast Tuesday night, if you have, and once a schedule comes out, if you have an early photo op, come on to the front of the line and get in the building. Just have that with you to prove that that's why you're doing it, and we will go ahead and get you to the front of the general admission line.
Now,
come on in.
When we say early, this means if your photo op from the time that you're getting into the line, if your photo op is within 30 minutes of right now that you need to go, if your photo op's in 2 hours, that's not early. That does not count. So if the schedule comes out, it's Saturday, it's 11 o'clock, you're standing, in the line, you got a photo op at 11:30 or 11:40, and you're in the back of the line, you need to start walking towards the front. And now, if you miss a photo op, if it's an op they're offering the next day, they may roll you over. But if it's not, you don't get refunded if you get there late. So, we need to make sure that we put every system in place to, make sure that you guys can get to where you need to go. But we also have to have a little bit of personal accountability. So just be watching that photo op schedule and, check it pretty often, because it's subject to change. If they start getting backed up, the times may move back. They change it. The monitors, they change in real time. I don't know if the online schedules change in real time, but the monitors are that are at the show. So
yeah, we'll have our so we work the ticket line outside a lot of times, and this year we're doing more outside than we have in the past, so we don't have everybody lining up inside like we did last year, if you're familiar with that. And so there's always going to be somebody walking up and down the lines. If you've got a photo op, don't sit there and stress out holy crap, am I going to get in on time? You see a staff person when you're going through, and you let them know what's going on. Now, you can't go down the aisleway screaming, I've got a photo op, and not have proof to back it up.
Like a guy in the movie in the 80s missing his airplane.
Yeah. We're not just going to just because you say you've got a photo op, that's not going to, you've got to show us something.
Yeah, exactly. And, as far as knowing when anybody is scheduled, it doesn't exist yet. So just keep that in mind. Why can't I log in here? Just keep that in mind that, we don't have the photo op schedule. And once we do, we're going to shout it from the rooftops. I assure you, I'm not going to get the photo op schedule and just hold on to it out of spite. I won't do it. I might think about it. It may humor me in the slightest. It may give me a little bit of a power trip, just for a minute though. But then I'm going to let you guys know that we've got it. So, but the floodgates are about to open. So if you see 800 questions about photo ops schedule, ignore it. Don't be mean to people. They don't, people don't know, they're new here. But I did have somebody ask me today, officially, without sarcasm, if I had the photo op schedule. It's the first one. So, I guess I should consider myself lucky. But
okay, yeah. Let's go ahead and do our half-hour break. Everybody will be right back. I got stuff to tell you.
Are you a fan of horror movies, books, comics, music, and collectibles? Roomorg magazine is for you. Subscribe today to receive 6 or 12 print issues annually and join me, executive editor Andrea Subisati, on an ongoing journey through the horror genre of the past, present, and future. Plus, get access to unmissable special editions such as A Century of Witches, 50 Years of Gore Cinema, British horror movies, and so much more. Roomorg, the world's premier horror and culture and entertainment magazine since 1997. Accept no substitute.
Hey, the first run of Scarefest TV t-shirts are officially ready. We are taking pre-sales if you want to reserve your size for Scarefest so that we can do a little stock filling in the meantime. Basically, you talk to my wife, Anita Forsyth. You can message me on Facebook, and I'll put you in touch with her if you don't know her. But yes, they're $15. $15, people. The first run of Scarefest TV t-shirts. And notice, they're not that depressing black color that you all like so much. Okay. Hey, the official content page of me, Wes Forsyth, patreon.com/Scarefest Radio. It's $1 a month, to start, people. You can give me $1 a month. And now I'll admit I've been a little light this past month. I've been busy, as you can well imagine. But, if you want to check that out, please do. I appreciate the support. The Central Kentucky Mystical Market does not have a show in October, but get geared up November 30th, 12 p.m. to 5 p.m., and December 1st, 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. So November 30th, December 1st, mark out on your calendars the next Central Kentucky Mystical Market. And if you haven't done so yet, hey, write it in your calendar too. February 15th, 2025 at the Clergan Hotel, the Caribbean Carnival. Details will follow. Okay, we're back. Now, I know something we did last year that I don't think I've heard any discussion of this year. Karaoke is on Friday.
Sure.
It's karaoke. Are we throwing in the extra session on Saturdays? We did that last year. I didn't know if that was something we talked about.
I haven't scheduled it, but also one of the reasons why we did that is because we really didn't have a great direction on the VIP party last year, as far as like, we really hemmed and hawed on a lot of stuff, and then we ended up not having a ton of content at the party. That is not the case this year. We've got a jam-packed night from start to finish, and I don't think we're going to be doing karaoke. I think we're going to be focusing our efforts on the VIP party. There are less than 100 tickets available for that. So if you're watching this and you want to come to the VIP party on Saturday night, it's going to be a great time. There's going to be food trucks. We'll have a dessert table. There's a DJ. We are going to have 2 different blocks of entertainment performances. And then the end of the night is Ari Lehman's First Jason going to be playing some live music for us. So it's gonna be awesome. We've got 2 award-winning food trucks on site. Like I said, I'm really excited about that. 305 Cubano and Boston's Way. The menus look great. I'll be sharing that soon too. So, if you want to check that out, but there's just so much stuff going on. And I know that you all have probably seen a lot of the graphics posts that have been coming out. I'm trying to make sure that everything that's going on over the weekend gets like a graphic or a nod. Not everything is up in the schedule yet, but right now we've got the full film festival schedule is up. If you can't see that, or if you go onto our website, the next time you go onto scarefestweekend.com, just hit refresh, because I've noticed a lot of times, and Wes just helped me out with this again yesterday, I couldn't find the film festival schedule. It's been posted for at least a week now, and it wasn't showing up for me on the website. All I had to do was hit refresh, and there it was. So the film festival schedule is linked. The speakers have been announced for months. The panel schedule is up. We're getting the on-site things that are happening now, the Kids Day, the costume contest, the Scarefest ink contest. We're going to be doing slam poetry this year, so that's new. And I don't know anything about slam poetry, but I know that some of you are exceptionally creative. So I think that'll be really cool. For Kids Day, we're doing a new, instead of the Scream contest, we're going to be doing an evil laugh contest this year. So, and then of course we'll have like the craft area for the kids. We've got trading cards going on. Terrence Muncie has done an amazing series of trading cards for this year. Those will be hidden throughout. We're going to have a table set up for you to be able to trade with other people. So, if you're missing a couple, they're missing a couple, we'll have an area for you to do that. That's up near the front. I also updated the the map earlier. Now, the map's going to be under construction. I don't know if Brandon's going to take it off the website, but if you get on the map and it looks wonky, we're working on it. So I did add some things on the website tonight. When you walk in the entrance, directly in front of you, all the way at the very end, there's a grab and go food station. Some of you all might remember it from last year, but around that food station, there's going to be seating. And in addition to the seating, we're going to have a place for you to trade your trading cards, a place where if you want to go and trade friendship bracelets or keychains, magnets. Again, some of you all are extraordinarily creative, and I've seen some really, really awesome, cool things being made for that. And then in behind that, we're going to have, you'll see a big section that says board games. So the Lexington Gaming Association is coming in this year. They are bringing a big library of board games, tabletop games. Most of them are specifically horror games, and they will have people around to show you, do playthroughs, show you how to do them. They're not selling anything. These are just, people who are enthusiastic about gaming. They are going to have some games for giveaways. I'm not sure how they're going to be doing the giveaways, but I know that they're not selling anything. So, come over, get you a bite to eat, trade some cards, trade some bracelets, play a game, and then get up and keep exploring, because there's all sorts of things to see on the vendor floor this year. Lots of great vendors.
Okay, a person in the chat room that was asking about the costume contest. If you go on the website, scarefestweekend.com, click the schedule link. It does show that, and the contest, the free judging starts at 3 p.m. Probably, now I don't know how they're handling signups for that in advance. I haven't got that information, but usually it starts about noon. It'll be down in that second floor hallway, I'm sure. But other than that, that's the pre-judging. The finals are at 6. That'll be downstairs, second floor, in what we're calling the entertainment room.
There's some other questions. I'm sorry, I completely zoned out. Did you just answer the film festival question?
I know the film festival question that I saw. Okay, we are having it in the convention. If you go on the website, click the film festival. The schedule also has a handy dandy map that I designed to show you where it's at in the convention center. Now, to be blunt, the reason we're not having it at Lex Live, first of all, it's expensive. That's not the reason, though. Nobody went.
Yeah.
It was very poorly attended over across the street. By having it in the building, I had filmmakers bragging and saying ours was one of the best attended film festivals that they'd been to. So that is the story on that. It is, the film festival is in the center. It's at it's on the second floor. It's at the end of the hallway, and we've upgraded the sound system this year a little bit, but that's why we have it at the center instead of the Lex Live, which we did 1 year as a test, and it burned.
Yes. Yes, I was going to bring this up, Diana, but also we have a new vendor director this year. Diana Geiger is amazing as far as, life in general, but doing a really, really great job with hitting the ground running on doing the vendor stuff for a show our size. It's, a very daunting task. But one of the other things that she and I have been working on a bit are some really cool bingo cards. And we'd like to have those up around the ticket booth when you check in. And the instructions will be on there, but it'll be like, find this vendor or attend a panel or, so it's kind of like, what's the word? Kind of like a scavenger hunt, but also bingo. So once you do something, just mark it off, but you need to take a photo and the instructions will be on the bingo card. But then once you get, like 5 in a row, you take it over to the vendor table and she will be very easy to find. The instructions will be on the card, but as of right now, she's going to be under the giant 5. There's a giant 5 on the wall. She'll be right under it and go in and turn in your bingo card. And I don't know if you're going to get a sucker or if you're going to get a sticker or if you're just going to get a crisp high 5. We're still working on that, But the bingo
Dog treat.
cards look like they're going to be a lot of a dog
Cook-
treat. Yes,
Cookie
a big
or dog
feed
treat?
or dog treat. The panel schedule is set in stone, as well as anything can be set in stone at an event. So we have no plans to change the panel schedule. I can't foresee a reason why we would change the panel schedule, but I don't know. I've been surprised before. Pet Cemetery panel, we kind of ran, I know it looks like there's spots on the schedule, but there are reasons why there are certain lulls in the scheduling. That is completely intentional. We, especially Saturday, we're going to have a sold out show on Saturday. It's going to be very crowded. There's going to be a lot of movement going around. There's going to be a lot of different things happening in different parts of the building. And we cannot have too many people in one place at one time. So having, the second floor a little bit more empty on panels or speakers or, during certain times is something that we curated to be that way so that there's not a stampede. Probably not, but,
Yeah, I do have an answer for you, Elizabeth, in the chat room. The shuttle for the ghost hunt on Friday night will be out in front of the center between 8:15 and 8:30, actually. So they're going to try to have it there by 8:15, but it won't leave then, of course. But yeah, the shuttle will leave from the center to get you there roughly by 9 o'clock. So don't wait till 9 o'clock to look for the shuttle, because we really want to get the event started at 9 p.m.
Yeah. Let's see.
Cookie.
And then Adrian, did the when is the vendor email gone out about post services and all that?
Yes. And now the way that we did the vendor emails this year, we've been staggering them a bit. If you are a vendor, you should have already gotten your email to purchase services or furniture from Lexpo. They're offering a discount for online pre-purchases this year, which is awesome. So if you know that there's something you're going to need from Lexpo, you need to go ahead and put your order in. I think they are only taking those until I don't want to say a date. It might have been in the email. I don't want to say the wrong thing, but it's coming up very, very quickly. The big load-in email has not gone out yet. There are several things on there that we are going to go over tonight, and then it will be ready. I anticipate it should go out by Sunday evening. And then also, if you're a vendor or you have a friend that's a vendor, Diana and I are doing an open floor Q&A on Monday. Lord have mercy, I don't know when it is, but I know it's Monday. It's Monday the 6th. It might be at 6 p.m. My calendar is loading, and I can tell you. 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock is the open Q&A for any vendors that have questions or want any information, but the email that's going to go out is going to have a ton of information in it. There's going to be a lot of stuff in there, and hopefully you'll have that by Sunday evening. Smacking the snot out of people in my costume. Calm down, Brenda. Your costume does look like it's going to be awesome.
Cookie, and it's delicious.
Oh, wait, did you actually know? Or
yeah, I knew.
That's awesome.
They had it on the table with the hot dogs.
I'm just saying that. My guess was cookie.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so there's so much stuff, if you guys have any questions, please ask them. Right now, I will say this is a public service announcement. I have not seen anybody that's in the chat tonight that's done this to me. But if you have, I mean this with full disrespect. If you message me on Facebook and then within 1 minute, email me, and then within 1 minute, email the Facebook page, or you email the info, and you send out a message rapidly to like 4 or 5 different places, it's not going to get your question answered any faster, because I'm checking all of them except Wes checks the social media accounts. So all it's going to do is I'm going to see your same question 4 different times whenever I get to that inbox or that message platform, and I'm going to get madder and madder every time I see it. So pick a spot, wait a day. and then message again or message somewhere else. But
I love
Lord
text
have,
messages that say I emailed you. I just love
oh yeah,
Anyway.
or get tagged. It's like, hey, I sent you a message. What, 30 seconds ago? Calm down. Calm down. I made a post earlier and I said that my inbox looks like Black Friday when they put out the Tickle Me Elmos. So, and that's real. So just calm down. There's a lot going on.
Let's take our final break of the show. We'll be watching the chat room for your questions while we're gone.
Treat Studios is a Scarefest weekend sponsoring vendor. Trick or Treat Studios is the one-stop shop for high-quality Halloween and horror. Shop masks, costumes, figures, collectibles, games, and more from your favorite movies. Find Trick or Treat Studios online at trickortreatstudios.com.
Joel of Robinson Hart is a Scarefest weekend sponsoring vendor. Joel Robinson has been the official Scarefest weekend artist since its beginning in 2008. Joel is a movie cover artist and a Universal Monsters artist. Visit Joel for posters, canvases, t-shirts, purses, and backpacks. Visit Joel's Etsy page at joelrobinsonart.com.
Hey, Scarefest, this is Joe Lewis, and we're only a couple of weeks away. In this week's movie, have you ever watched something and you thought, what was it that I just watched? That's kind of how I feel about this week's movie. It came out earlier this year, and the movie is called I Saw the TV Glow. Technically, it's called a horror drama, but basically what it is, a classmate introduces teenage Owen to a mysterious late-night TV show. A vision of a supernatural world beneath their own in the pale glow of the television. It's from a writer-director, Jane Schoenbrunn, and they do an interesting job. I don't know if I liked it. I think I kind of get it. I had to go and Google it, which means I thought about it, but at the same time, I don't know that I completely understood it. Schoenbrunn says it's a metaphor for gender dysphoria, that embrace the TV's goal is actually to embrace one's true identity, which Owen's friend Maddie does. And the name of the show is called The Pink Opaque. It's even the people, when you go to Google the movie, talk about the references and the homages to Buffy the Vampire Slayer as you're watching it. I mean, they clearly, when the credits roll for the fake show during the movie, that you can see that it's the same font as Buffy. And it takes place in the early 90s and then skips every few years as you go. There is several just diatribes where characters just kind of stop and talk to the camera, and they kind of explain things. The narrator, the main hero, kind of explains a few things as it goes. I don't know that I know what the hell the movie was about. It's damn sure not a horror film. It's looks good. Some of it's interesting. I can't recommend it, and I can't say what I used to say because it's not cool now, but it's one of those movies where they're trying to be artistic, and at the end of the day, you can be artistic, but you need to have some sort of payoff. And I've said this before. I've said this the last 3 weeks in these movies that I keep, these small budget horror films that people keep recommending to me. You have to have some sort of payoff, catharsis, something at the end to make the audience go, whew, have a release. This movie has none of that. But some of you will quite enjoy it. And I enjoyed scenes in it. I love the music. I love the way it's shot. I love the fonts. I love the acting's good. It's just all together, I don't know that it's worth an hour and a half of my life. A lot of these movies that I tend to review sometimes, specifically horror films, would be really good short films. They take a really good short film idea and stretch that bastard till 70, 80, 90, sometimes 100, 120 minutes. This one's not that long. And I didn't hate it. And like I said, I really enjoyed parts of it. But will you enjoy I Saw the TV Glow? If you're into 90s pop culture, if you like some of the music and just the way things look then, and trying to relive a little of the South Park we call Member Berries, then I definitely think you should check it out. If you have Max, check it out. If you like weird things, check it out. But there's hardly for me anything for me to even reference this to. It's an interesting movie that I'm just don't think I'll ever watch again unless somebody tells me I completely missed something. It's really not a horror film, though. Not to me. It came out in February. I didn't get to watch it. It's one of those A24 pictures. Some of them are fantastic. This one's a little harder to wrap my mind around. I Saw the TV Glow. Check it out if you have Max. Otherwise, don't break your leg. This has been Joe Lewis of Bonehead Weekly.
And welcome back, everybody, to Scarefest TV. In the final segment, we're watching the chat room for your questions. Okay, yes, the shuttle that takes you to the ghost hunt is actually, it's talking about it's parking there during the ghost hunt and then bringing you back. Because we think we would feel guilty if we just took you halfway across town and dropped your ass.
Just take them and leave them there, and then
It would add to the experience.
yeah, it's a survival aspect at the end where you have to make your way back to the convention center.
You
They
get
might
to
not
walk
park.
on Man of War after
It's not
dark.
on. It's not on Man of War.
Not Man of War.
It's not
It's,
that far. Martin Luther.
Martin Luther King, there.
I would rather walk on Man of War, but they might not park and wait because we do have other things going on. But they will be back.
Actually, I'm telling that was a quote from the transportation director. That they're last night. I talked to her on the phone, and she said that during that, because it's downtown. Now they might change. I'm not saying they won't change. I'm just saying that was not just something I pulled out of my ass.
Well, I mean, they definitely might. We do have a lot of buses running this year. But oh, that is another thing we need to talk about. I'm going to keep saying this, and anytime we talk about shuttles. Friday, before the con, the shuttles aren't running before the con on Friday. You have to get yourself to the con on Friday.
Pull your big
Shuttles
boy
don't-
panties up and get to the con.
The shuttles do not start until 6 o'clock because the company we use, they're working their day jobs Monday through Friday until 6 o'clock. That's as soon as they can get there. If you see a shuttle bus at your hotel picking people up, 99% chance they're there to pick up guests. And by guests, I mean the people that sit behind the tables and sign the autographs. And we will have security people with those shuttles. They won't let you on them. We got to get the people to the convention center so you all can meet them. There's over 100 of them, plus their handlers, agents, extended family, and friends that are coming with everyone. So we got to get 200 people in a really short amount of time over the convention center. It is a daunting task. If you ride the shuttle, tip your driver. It's free for you all. We foot the bill, but we want to keep the drivers happy, so they are enthusiastic to offer this to us every year. Tip your drivers. That's my soapbox on shuttles.
Yeah, and then we'll be doing we've still got our Facebook lives and chats with parking and check-ins and all that stuff that will be going on throughout next week. I'm labeling them fireside chats. So now
ridiculous. I can't wait.
I did an entire graphic for it, in my free time that I have so much for it, and I thought it was hilarious.
It was. It was almost peed myself.
I tried to get Adrienne to let me put her head on
no
some sort of graphic, but
No.
she will not agree to it.
No.
But I think we're doing them Monday at 8, Tuesday at 8, and then Friday at 8, leading into Scarefest TV.
So
And
this question was literally just asked in the chat, so I want to answer it before it goes away and I forget. Jake asked if there was any chance of having a horror burlesque show next year. I don't know about next year, but remember earlier how I said at the VIP party, there's going to be 2 blocks of entertainment going on. I haven't gotten the signed contracts back yet. We're like 99% of the way there, but there is a very good possibility that one of those blocks of entertainment is going to be a horror burlesque show. So carry on.
Okay, I can answer this one.
yeah.
Any chance that extra tickets might become available for the bourbon tasting on Thursday? No, because literally we're limited. That's a hard cap.
Oh, wait.
What?
Now, if someone bought their ticket and they bought purchase protection and they cannot come to the event, when their order is refunded, the ticket goes back into the purchase pool. Last week, I had somebody that had ordered one of the really cool Jason masks that we talked about before, and their order was refunded because they can't make the event anymore. And then the mask went back on before I could even post it in the group that it was available. It was less than 30 minutes. The mask was gone, so I didn't even make the post about it. But you may see weekend passes come back up for sale between now and then. That is because if someone gets their order refunded, those go back into the pool. So there is always a chance of that happening. But as far as being added, no. That's new this year, so.
So you can sit at your computer and just click. Like when you're trying to get Comic-Con tickets in California. Just click, click, click.
Yeah. Let's see. Jake said Brandon's chill in this episode. Adrian's fighting his battles this week. That is not true. That is not true at all. I got 5 hours of sleep last night, and I bet I got at least 3 more than Brandon did.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Brandon has been like switch hitting between regular work and this.
Scarefest.
And like, it's literally like, and I swear to God, this is no joke. Roughly like 8 hours a day of what I normally do, and then another 10 to 11.
Oh yeah.
And like just going back and forth. Like I'll be doing one thing
and then straight into another.
Right. So I was at a Social Security office today for 2 hours, and then bebopping back to making graphics for a photo op, and answering questions about
you were in a meeting. You were in a meeting up until that point for Scarefest. Then you had to leave to go do that.
Yeah.
I'm back and work on graphics, back into social work, back into Scarefest. So no, if it appears that I have more knowledge than Wes or Brandon on things, it's just because I have more energy and I talk a lot. That doesn't mean that I'm doing more work than anybody. It just means that their wicks are low.
It does mean she has more knowledge, though, so don't let her lie about that.
No. Let's see. Are the shirts going to have all of their colors this time? I am so glad that you asked. And you probably already know the answer to this, Jake, because you probably saw the post that I made. But I was turned on to the method of how they put the colors on the shirts back at the beginning of this year when we were shopping for a new merch company. And the one that we ended up going with for our t-shirts this year, World of Strange, they're amazing. And you can go on their TikTok, Instagram, and you can watch videos of them. Like they're kind of sped up, so you don't have to sit there through the whole process, but you can see the colors going on the shirts. It is like the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. I know you all are probably sick about hearing about it, but like the zombie shirt is like blah, and there's purple, red, and black, but they put fuchsia on it.
What is it like?
Blah. So it is so cool to see like fuchsia and emerald green going onto the shirt, and it goes on there, and then when they lift the screen up, there's no fuchsia on it. It's magic. But I haven't seen the event shirts yet. I haven't gotten a sneak peek of those, but I did post the video of the zombie shirt being made, and it looks amazing. It looks, I think, better than the originals we had in 2019. It's not as purple as the graphic because the purple is actually an overlay that goes over the whole image, and you can't do that on a shirt because it wouldn't look great. But yeah, it's gonna be awesome. So I think the shirts are gonna look really cool. I think the VIP shirts are gonna be awesome. Brandon has gotten in some of the badges, the lanyards, the VIP bags. They're awesome. The new pins look great. I am so excited for the merch this year. So, oh, and Anna's in here, and yeah, okay, yeah. Somebody posted their zombie shirt earlier. It might have been Anna. Did you post yours? Because it looks so good. Your cat made the same noise last night. Stop bullying me. See, I'm like, oh yeah, okay. Let's see. David said I was once at a con where you could bring your own shirt, and they screen printed it right there. It was awesome. That sounds super cool. One of the things that we are trying out this year, Nicole found a vendor who does hats, and like you go up and they have all these, they're all blank, and they put help me out here, Brandon, it's leather embossed is what one of the things they do, and patches.
So they also do patches, and so we've designed a few different kind of patches to try out this year. And yeah, so you get to kind of choose your own adventure.
Yeah, exactly. So they're right next to the Scarefest merch booth. So I don't know exactly how Nicole's going to set it up yet, but there will be patches available, like it'll say Scarefest weekend, and then some of those really awesome little skulls that Brandon did, or respectable sized skulls. Sorry. They're going to be available, and you can pick those patches and put them on, a hat of your choice. So we're really excited to see how that goes this year, because that way, we don't have to have a huge upfront cost of ordering 4 or 5 different kinds of hats, and, 1 or 2 of the styles bomb and we're stuck with them. This way you can pick exactly what you want, and bam. So, yeah, that's really cool this year. What else we got?
The chat room's gotten quiet. Last call.
Y'all going to sleep?
All right. I'm going to go to bed. So everybody, thanks for watching tonight. We'll be back next week with Scarefest TV, and we'll see you Wednesday or whatever it is. So
bye.
Yeah. Enjoy your sleep, because we won't get any.